Hi guys! I have 2 kids in cloth. I've been doing it for 3 years now, and I have accumulated quite the cloth diaper stash. I decided to make a video and show you all the amazing fluff that I have. It's definitely taken me the past 3 years to build this stash, particularly the more name brand diapers like the Bumgenius and the Applecheeks. I did not really have those when I first started out. Cal was 5 months old and we didn't have a whole lot of money to play around with, so we mostly got inexpensive options like pre-folds and covers, and the Chinese cheapies like Sunbaby and Alva. Those have actually served us really well. There's diapers in this rotation that we've had for this 3 years that are still holding in there really extremely well. I'm impressed at how well they've held up, especially because even though I do have such a large stash where I am able to have a less frequent rotation, I do still reach for them very often, so they are still used fairly heavily over that time period. Obviously I started out with a mostly boyish and gender neutral stash. Once I found out that Caledon was a girl, of course I wanted to get really frilly and pink and florals and gorgeous diapers. That said, we all know that colors do not have a gender, and that it's not the end of the world to put pink, purple, or flowers on a boy, or blue and trucks on a girl. Do you do what works for you and your children. So even though you can take your stash that you started with your first child and use them again for your second child, I've done that somewhat, but my stash expanded more because it was a little bit more fun to have the prints that were more stereotypical related to her gender and his gender versus one gender neutral stash to use amongst the 2 of them. Obviously with 2 kids you need more diapers than with 1 kid anyway, but I had already built up quite a big stash for Diapering Caledon that I didn't have to buy more diapers for her other than newborn diapers, since I didn't switch until he was 5 months old. And though she was a big baby, she didn't fit into one size diapers for the first few weeks of her life. And that's all detailed in a video I made about how the diapers fit her as a newborn. I have a link to that in the description below. It's also in my cloth diaper playlist. Alright, so for me, cloth diapering has become quite a hobby, and that's why I have accumulated so many different diapers, because it's just fun for me to have a nice variety, not only in brands and types of diapers, but also in prints and colors. It's definitely not necessary to have anywhere near this many diapers, so if you are just not able to afford that many, or you're just not interested in having that many, you know, because of the space it takes up or whatever, you do not need that many whatsoever. You honestly could get by with like 24 diapers and be just fine. For me, it's fun, and I have purchased these over the years, so a little bit at a time, so it hasn't been this huge purchase all at once. And I've also, you know, been sure to get good deals on the diapers, especially with the Chinese cheapies. Those are $3 to $5 a piece, and I've used rewards points to buy diapers. I've used sales, so though it can be really expensive, it doesn't have to be. I also buy diapers secondhand, and that helps keep costs down as well. It is important to sanitize the diapers before you use them on your child, just in case. I have made a video about how to strip and sanitize diapers. I'll link that down below. So some of you might be thinking, does cloth diapering really save money, especially when you have a huge stash like this? And the answer is yes, it still does. Even with having this giant stash that I don't even need to have this many diapers, it still is saving me money in the long run versus buying disposables continuously over the months and months. Also, remember that once my children are done with the diapers, I can resell them for about 50% of the retail cost, give or take a little bit here and there depending on brand and condition. Some of these diapers, like Jules, the market value for them is actually crazy high. You can actually sell it for 2 to 3 times or more the retail cost, just because they're so sought after and hard to find because they were a limited edition. So when it's all said and done, it will have definitely saved us money over the years that our children are in diapers, especially if we do decide to have a 3rd baby. So with that said, let me give you a closer look at my cloth diaper stash. Now down here, I have all my covers. So this is Romper, Blueberry. These are kind of a Happy Flute rebranded one from Easy Peasy Fluff. Some Thirsties. This is an Imagine. This is Sweet Pea. I really like this a lot. This is one of the Chinese cheapy brands. I can't remember, Peroro or something. This is a work-at-home mom made. It's a Honey Bums. I got this a long time ago, like right after I started cloth diapering. And here I have an I Play swim diaper. This is a Snappy Greens fitted, which I got in a pre-order, and they're pretty amazing. A Baby 10, and this is a Good Mama. And then here's some like Alva, these three. This is a, from Tot Spots, a bamboo. And then these two here are Orange Diaper Company, which is also a work-at-home mom. This is one of my Bumgenius diapers. It's a 4.0 that has been customized with the chargers patch and the yellow snaps. I usually keep this aside for the time being since it is not currently football season. I have a bin that I keep over here that has diapers that either need to be repaired or are seasonal. So here's like a snowman diaper. So yeah, this isn't even all of them, guys. So here on out, I'm going to split them up by brand, and you can kind of see visually which ones are my favorite just based off of how many of them I have. Okay guys, these are the 3 Romper pocket diapers that I have. This is the very first one I got, which was right when I started cloth diapering Caledon. These are the 2 fuzzy buns that I have left. I used to have a few more, but they're not one of my favorite brands, so I have those set aside to sell them. These are my Blueberry Swaddlebees Simplex all-in-ones. This is actually one of my favorites, but they are very spendy. They're about $30 now, and so I don't have very many of them. This one I did get secondhand for a good decent price though. This one I got during a sale at Diaper Junction, and I have a haul video where this was in it. These are THX all-in-ones, so they're one of the Chinese cheapy brands. I have these 2 solids that I got first, and I also got newborn ones in the same colors and a few others in the same order. And then eventually I got this one for her. It's really cute, little French mice. I have these 2 Charlie Bananas. You know, I used to like these a lot more when Caledon was a lot littler, but then once they got bigger, they didn't fit quite as good, and I just don't really reach for them much anymore, so I'm probably going to sell them both, but they're just such cute prints. These ones are called many different names, but it's the same brand, basically. They are one of the Chinese cheapy brands, and they have been called JC Trade, Cartoon Diapers, Anon Baby, Shine Baby. They're all the same thing. Basically, they're very similar to Alva as far as the design of the diaper itself. They're a little bit different. They tend to run a little bit bigger, which is a good thing since Caledon is 40 pounds and still not potty trained. And they also are not shy about ripping off intellectual property, which, you know, I might get flamed for this, but yeah, some people are really look down on that as far as ethical. This top row here are ones that I've had a really long time, probably at least 2.5 years. And then these other ones I've gotten more recently. These 2 are slightly different. They have double gussets and the charcoal bamboo inner. Anyway, they're very inexpensive. They're usually about $2 to $3 in a co-op, which is how I purchase them. I don't know if there's a way to purchase them directly other than through co-ops or through eBay. These are all my Alvas. So as you can see, I obviously like this brand quite a bit. From there all the way to there, and these first 3 here are all ones that I have from very early on in my cloth diapering journey. As you can see, they are still holding up pretty well. These 3 are Velcro Closure, which were a custom order in a co-op group. That was also a custom co-op one, as well as these 2. So they're made differently with the square tabs and the double gussets and double opening for the pocket. I think those are so cute. Also, sometimes when co-ops order them, they either get them with no tag that says Alva, like this one and this purple one, or they get one with the co-op name. So this one says Sweet Cheeks. So I got these during my pregnancy with Kerrigan. And then these are some that I've ordered from Alva directly myself. It took a few weeks, but nothing major. I think it was no more than a month. But they're so inexpensive. They're like $5.50 each, even without a co-op. With a co-op, they're about $3 something, but then you have to add in the co-op fees and PayPal fees and shipping fees, so it depends on how many you're ordering on how good of a deal that is. These 4 here are actually brand new. I have not even used them yet. Just got them prepped, and this is an all-in-one. And this came from their California distribution center, so this one came a lot faster, obviously. These 2 are made from Kawaii. These are the Goodnight Heavy Wetters. They changed the design since I used to have 2 other ones with different prints, which were literally amongst the very first cloth diaper purchase that I made for Cal. They usually work great for overnight. They have a double layer to the PUL, which make it even more leak resistant. They also have this strip of the PUL, so for tummy sleepers it doesn't wick. You might have seen my latest haul video from Diaper Junction, so these are new to my collection, and each of these are the only one brand that I have. This is my Smart Bottoms, this is my Morakai, or Meraki, I'm not really sure how to pronounce it, and this is Buttons, which is an all-in-2 system. So I have not actually tried them out yet, so it remains to be seen what I think of them, but here they are. This is the only one that I have from this work-at-home mom, which is Green Mommy. She has a shop on Etsy, which I will link below. She made this for me. Before you freak out, this is not actually uniform material. It's the fabric that they come out with that is the print, but it doesn't have the US Navy symbols on it, so it's not the copyright print, and also, you know, not literally made from uniforms, which many people do feel is disrespectful, as we would feel as well. Because the material that they came out with is also pretty stiff, like the actual uniforms, it's hard to get a good fit with this, because it like has like no stretch to it. But it does look so cute on her, and I got some pictures of her in it for her 6-month photos, which just turned out darling. These are my bitty tutus, which you may have saw in one of my consignment sale hauls. I got the 3 of these for a super good deal. I have not tried them yet, so I can't tell you what I think of them. Here are some more work-at-home mom-made diapers. These 2 are Patties Diapers. They're both an all-in-2 that snap in. This one I bought off of someone in this area. I'm not sure who made it. And this I got on with Cloth Diaper Swap for a really good price. Speaking of all-in-2s, these are all my Happy Flute all-in-2s, which were all ordered from the Newborn Cloth Diaper Co-op, hence this label here. So they designed it and ordered them, and they all have these snap-in bamboo inserts. They came up with a 2-size system, so you might have seen the size 1 diapers that were in my newborn video about all the different newborn diapers that I had and which ones were my favorite. I'll put that in the description also. These are the size 2, so they're sized much larger, which is great because again I have big babies and Caledon is 3.5 and 40 pounds and not potty trained yet, so I do like that they have the 2-size system rather than just the 1 size. And these are my Diaper Junction brand all-in-ones. So these are the 2 that I got originally when they first released the all-in-one design. They launched Diaper Right as a new, more premium brand, and Diaper Junction as their value brand. So that's why they have the 2 different labels, but it's the same design when you open it up. Got this little flap, and if you need to like fold it under, if it's snapped down on the right settings, you can. You might recognize this one from my Black Friday haul. These are my Happy Flute diapers, and this is also a random Famature cover that I have a pre-fold in, so I'll take that away. So these I've got early on in my cloth diapering. I had a video about this on my other channel when these came in, and I talked about how to prep them. They are a sewn-in all-in-one that had bamboo in it with that extra pocket. I really like these a lot. Caledon really likes them a lot. Look at the elastic is still great, and I've had these for like 2 years. Velcro is a little bit curled, but it's still sticky. These are also Velcro, obviously, but they're square tab. They changed their design ever since, and I'm sad about that because I do prefer this design a lot. Guys, these are my Sunbaby diapers. Obviously, one of my favorite brands. I would say definitely my favorite cheapy brand. Because guys, these retail for about $5 to $6. And you can get them from co-ops for around $4-ish, depending on the type of insert you want, or if you don't want to insert. The ones up the top were the ones I had first. So I've had those for nearly 3 years. They've been holding up great. I really love them because they don't have the elastic pocket opening, so they're much easier to stuff. And they've got the strip of PUL to prevent waking at the tummy. And the bamboo blend inserts are just great. They hold a lot. And she just has such great prints. That's the thing. So when she does her prints, they're kind of essentially limited edition. She'll only sell a print until she runs out of it. Occasionally she will re-release one, like the frog, because I got that on a re-release. But generally speaking, you know, if you like a Sunbaby print, you better buy it. And then these are also Sunbaby. These are her trainers. These are my Applecheeks. I also have the other Halloween one version of this. It's orange with black snaps in the inner, but I have it set aside because it's seasonal. Look at how cute the label is. Oh, and I have the Christmas one too called Joy, which is red outside, green inside, and snaps. But again, seasonal, so I set aside. But on that one, there's snowflakes, and the C for the cheeks is an ornament, which is too cute. They have a 2-size system. These are all, as you can tell, because there's no snap down rise, these are all size 2. I used to have exactly one size 1 that I used on her when she was newborn, and then I sold that when she outgrew it. And these are my Glowbugs. They're pretty awesome. They're a Canadian-based company. I really like the design. It's got a 360 on the gusset, which is interesting. It definitely does keep the poop contained really well. It makes it a little bit more difficult to spray out the poop. These are my Grovia. These two are the side snapping all-in-ones. They're coming out with a new design of all-in-one, which probably by the time I edit and post this will probably have already been released, which I'm really excited to try. And then they have these all-in-two / hybrid. You can actually purchase disposable inserts for these, which is pretty cool. They do make them in snaps, but I prefer the hook and loop, so those are the ones I buy. Not only because I just prefer the look of it, I just think it looks cooler when you split it up, but when they're snaps, they don't have hip snaps, it's just across, and it's kind of a weird fit on my kids. So I just get a better fit with this hook and loop. This is one of the few diapers that did in fact fit her well as a newborn. I want to say I didn't put in these inserts though. These are another favorite of mine. These are Thirsty's all-in-one. I love them because they are an American company, but yet are still relatively inexpensive, and they fit my kids well when I use the hook and loop. Now these 3 I've had for a long time, this one especially. This one is literally the very first cloth diaper I put on Caledon at the Great Cloth Diaper Change in 2012, and it's still holding up pretty well considering it has been used extremely heavily ever since. The elastic is still great. The hook and loop, you know, it's getting quite pilly. It's not quite as sticky as it used to be. The main reason we don't reach for it very much is they're not really fitting him well anymore, because it's really a stretch to get it around his hips, and then because of the curling and it being not quite as sticky, then it just doesn't stay on as well. So I got these 2 for Kerrigan when they still had this 2-size system, but they had changed the Velcro. So if you can see here, it's much wider and much stiffer, so it's much sturdier. So I got this one especially very cheap because they completely redesigned it. So now not only do they have the redesigned Velcro, but the design of it, rather than being like this tunnel, it's now a flap system, so they can dry faster, and they are also more of a true 1-size diaper instead of a 2-size system. So here I have 2 tot spots. This is an older style that I've had for a really long time. It has seen better days, but yet is holding up pretty well because they do make really good Velcro that is very sturdy and very sticky. This is a new one. I have only used it once for her so far. It's a print I wanted a really long time. Tot spots are very well liked, and they are based out of the UK, so it's harder to get your hands on them here in the US. And yeah, because they're so well liked, they sell out really fast. They are on the spendier side, especially because of that importation and everything, so that's why I only have 2 of them. This here is an Imagine, which I got from Diaper Junction. It's kind of, it's touted as an all-in-one, but it's really an all-in-2 because it snaps in, and I like it well enough. It's hard, it fits are kind of weird here, and this usually kind of folds down, and then the Velcro like irritates her belly. So I'm thinking I might sell this one because it doesn't really fit on her well for some reason. And last but not least is one of my favorite brands, which is Bumgenius / Flip, and it's actually one of the more recent favorite brands. But when they came out with Spence and Marie, the prints, I just love them so much that I had to buy them. And I got them in the Free Time all-in-one, and I really like the design with the 2 flaps, and their tabs are stretchy, which makes it easier to get a good fit. So on Caledon they fit amazingly. So then I loved how they fit, so then I started going crazy for them. I was able to score a Jules at retail during the Black Friday, which was amazing, and for the most part I've paid retail or barely more than retail for any of them. And these are some flips, which are the covers that you can also use as an all-in-2 or hybrid, because they sell the disposable inserts for them. So this is Harper print, which is so cute, and I use pre-folds in them, so you have the flap here to tuck it in and stay, or I also use the actual flip inserts. So this is the Stay Dry flip inserts. So I love them. Obviously, I didn't even pull them all out. These are just some of the interesting ones. I have more over there. But that is my cloth diaper stash. It is a thing of beauty, I think. I love my diapers. I'm definitely working on destashing them some, though. I just really enjoy them so much. I know not everyone who cloth diapers finds it to be a hobby. Some people do it just for the utility of it. Some people do it literally to save money, so they get the least expensive option and the minimum amount of diapers they need, and they just go with that, or just because they're cute. That's the great thing about it. It is for so many different people, so many different walks of life. If you like what you've seen, you want to watch more, I definitely make lots of cloth diaper videos, and I will make more in the future. So please subscribe if you haven't already. Thanks for watching. Bye. Hi, jeez. Look at that beautiful fluff.